the pride of Mexico City, joining us right now. Everyone's so excited about Raul. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, how are you, bro? First of all, it's an honor, but for you to have me on your show, I'm just kidding. But yeah, for you,
For me to have, wait, what was it? Who's the honor for, me or you? I can't quite figure it out.
yeah, I was like, it's an honor, but for you to have me on your
Okay,
show.
all right,
But
perfect, perfect. Next time on, you're going to ask me to pay you probably to come on the show. For now, we'll take it for free. So I appreciate that. Congratulations. By the way, where are you right now? Are you do you live with your parents?
yeah, I still live with my parents and my brother.
So what's it like? You fight at T-Mobile, you fight at the one of the biggest shows on the calendar, pay-per-view, and then you just go back to sleeping in your room at your parents' house. Like, is it hard to come down after something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still living normal. But yeah, it all feels like regular to me. So like yeah, right now I just came back home with my family. But yeah, yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. After the fight, I didn't go to sleep till like 2 p.m. So and because I after the fight, I went. We partied at my house because I can't go to clubs yet
Yeah.
here in Vegas because I'm not 21. So we came to the house and then we were up, and then fucking they have open mat at 11 a.m. at 10 Planet, so I just went to open that, and then I came home and finally went. No, I didn't even go to sleep. I went to sleep for an hour, and I woke up and fucking went to the ship again. So I'm fucking tired.
Oh man. Well, thank you for doing this. If you're tired right now, I appreciate it. But let me just get it right. You went home, you partied, then you went to train at 11 a.m. And then why did you do that? Why didn't you just chill out?
Cause my my boy the Godfather was here. He came to watch my fight, but he wanted to train, and he went to sleep. But there was people drinking, and it was hella funny. So I was like, we were like just fucking messing around, and then by the time the ones that were drinking went to sleep, the ones that weren't drinking woke up, and I was like, I stayed up with them. I was like, fuck, y'all gonna open that. I had energy, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go.
That is tremendous. Wow. So some people were asking me how I got you on the show on a Monday afternoon because you should be in school. You're not in school, right? When did you stop school?
Um, I stopped a little while ago. Well, I didn't stop. I'm still doing a homeschool.
Okay.
Um, yeah, this is my senior year, so hopefully I graduate this year. But yeah, I started doing homeschool so I could have more time to train. But yeah, I'm not like in regular school right now, but I wish I would.
You wish you were. Why?
Man, it's just like I think it's pretty fun like going to regular school. Like there was just a lot of fun shit going on, but like I one of the reasons why I also like decided to take homeschool was because in regular school I was just like messing around and shit. So I was like I could use this time to train instead of coming in here, like messing around and just fucking eating chips all day and pizza and fucking. Cause like everybody doesn't even have their fucking homework on their backpacks. All they have is fucking food and shit. So we're just fucking messing around.
Is there not a way that you can go to school and train? I mean, we've seen people who are, working and also training. Could you not possibly do both?
Yeah, yeah, I could do both, of course. I was doing both for a while. Like right after school, I would hit the gym. So like, yeah, I could do both. But I mean, if I can use that morning to train, also, it just becomes much better. Like it's possible to do both, but when you're just focused on one, it's just much better.
Sure. And what grade did you stop going to an actual school?
This year, barely, barely
Okay.
this year.
All right. And were your parents cool with that?
Yeah, I mean, they supported it. My mom tried to send me to a regular school, but it's also like a lot different, like from different states. Since we just moved to Vegas, I went to regular schools here for like 2 days fucking, but they have like a whole process, like different process and shit. So I was like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. So I was like, I'll just do my own stuff because like I was far behind. So I was like, nah, man, I'll take homeschool or something.
Did your parents go to the fight?
Yeah, yeah. My dad was in my corner and my brother was also in my corner, and then my mom was watching the fight. We got her a ticket, so we were all there.
Were you nervous?
No, I wasn't nervous. I was just excited. The only thing about my fights is sometimes I don't like waiting too
Hmm.
much. Like I wish I could just like show. Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, we lost you there for a second. So you said you didn't get nervous, which is great. I know you also said you don't like to wait. Could I ask you this dream of being a UFC fighter? How old were you when it started?
It started when I was 6. That's when I started looking at. Well, I didn't know the UFC was the biggest show, but like watching it on TV, like I saw a lot of people watching and stuff. So I liked it, and then like I realized that that was the biggest show when I was like 7, 8. And since I started watching it since I was 6, but I wasn't like a big fan. Like I didn't know who the fighters were. I would just watch fights randomly, and uh, yeah, when I was like 7, 8, 9, in that stage, that's when I started being like, all right. Like at 8, I started being like, all right, I wanna be in the UFC one day, and I wanna become champion. But my dreams were just to become UFC champion. But as I kept growing and stuff, I started to look at bigger dreams, and now I'm looking at becoming the youngest UFC champion.
The youngest, that's what you want. You want to be the youngest UFC champion. So you have some time. I mean, you've got 5 years to do that. You've got a great start. I'm just curious, who introduced you to MMA? Like, who was the one that said, this is something you should check out at such a young age?
My father, because me and my brother were training Taekwondo for a little bit, and we would go watch him train jiu-jitsu. But we didn't want to sit around and wait, like just watch. Like I didn't like always sitting down and just watching, and we wanted to join, so we joined. And yeah, he started fighting MMA, and he started like putting. He would put the fights, and we would sit down and watch the fights with him. So we just started going from there.
Does your brother fight too?
Yeah, my brother fights too. He just fought recently. He's 2-0 as a pro.
Okay, how old is he?
He's he just turned 20. Like a few days ago, he just turned 20.
Okay, and does your dad still fight?
No, my dad no, he's a full-time coach now.
Okay. Did you ever go to his fights as a kid?
Yeah. That was actually when I actually really started looking at it even more, because I remember there was no backstage for some reason. Like let's say the cage was like in front of me right here, and the fighters were all here next to each other, so the crowd could see the fighters, and I was just looking at my dad the whole time and just waiting. And then the walkout and his fight and everything, and then how the crowd, because that was in our hometown where we grew up, and the home like everybody was just screaming his name, like cheering him on and stuff. So I remember right after he was coming off the cage, I told him like, hey, I wanna be a fighter too. I wanna step in the octagon. And yeah, like later on, I realized that kids were stepping in the octagon, like fighting kids. So I stepped in the octagon for my first fight when I was 8 years old.
8 years old?
Yeah, I was 8 years old when I had my first MMA belt.
Come on. Oh, it was amateur, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was like under 18. So like the other kid was probably like 8 or 9. So we were
And what are the
around the same
rules?
age. The rules are go exactly the same. Um,
What are you
but
wearing?
the only thing was like if I would tap the kid. Oh no, it would be over, I think. But no headshots. There was no headshots. That
Okay.
was the only.
Dang. And you're wearing 4-ounce gloves. Are you wearing headgear or shin guards?
No, we weren't. We were just wearing like 4-ounce gloves and nothing else.
Dang.
Oh yeah, the only difference was also that, well, when I started over there, because in California the rules were different, but over there, like if I would tap the kid out, they would just stand us back up and go again. So we just kept going like 3 rounds.
And what was your amateur record?
For the kids,
Yeah, like up until you turned
I
pro.
was like, for the kids, I was like 21 wins and 2 losses. I lost twice, and then for amateur it was 2-0, and for pro right now it's 7-0.
Yeah. Could you honestly, is this all happening faster than you expected, or did you really think you'd be in the UFC at 18?
Well, it kind of went through quick because I didn't know that I could make my pro debut at 17 in Mexico because I was looking at here, and so for me I was expecting to have an amateur career until I was 18, and like right now, in my thoughts back then about now, instead of fighting in the UFC, my thoughts were about making me my pro debut like right now. Like right now, I would have tried to be 1-0 pro, but I saw that I could become pro at 17 in Mexico, so I was like, oh, I'll just go out there and go that way. That way, my thoughts were like I could make it to the UFC when I'm 17, or right as I turn 18, I can get signed to the UFC. So I was looking at both.
Wow. And is it kind of overwhelming? Like, I mean, you're such a young man. Most kids are still in school. I'm sure you care about a lot of other things as well. I mean, like you have interests. You want to, I'm sure date people, have fun, go hang out with your friends. Like, and now on social media, you're probably getting hit up by all kinds of people. Like, is this overwhelming?
No, it isn't overwhelming. I mean, I'm getting used to it. At first, it was a little bit like with all the followers and like a little bit like the fame started coming. So it was a little overwhelming, but about now, it just all feels normal. Like I was able to adapt. So now I just feel like normal. It doesn't, I don't know, like,
For the foreseeable future, are you planning to just live at home?
um, yeah, for now, I'm just planning to live here, live home. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds.
So you got the bonus. Are you actually going to get your mom a minivan?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get my mom a mini van. The because the one that we have right now, we have a similar one, but I don't know much about cars, but I think it has like 8,000 miles on it or something like that. I don't know, but it's about to like stop working soon. So like I have to need a new one. So with that bonus, I'm gonna get her a new one.
Is she really the one that drives you to practice and all that stuff? Like if you go to the PI, is she driving you there? Is that really what's going on?
Yeah, it's usually her or also sometimes my dad. My
That's
dad drives us too. My mom. We're always all together. Like you'll always see me, my brother, my parents together. Um, but you'll never see me driving. Like they'll all like drive except me.
You don't want to have a license. Why not? You don't want that independence?
No, I do want to have a license. But right now I haven't had time. I told my friend. I was telling my brother that after this fight I was trying to go and get the license. But because I haven't had time to like make an appointment and like because I was gonna back then I had to get my what's it called, my driver's permit, but I didn't want to fucking study for
Yeah.
all that shit. For the permit is different. You gotta go through a lot of stuff, and my parents paid for it, and I was gonna do it, but when I saw it was too many like things I had to do, I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I'll just let y'all keep on doing. And then when I started driving without a license, but I
That's not
didn't
good.
have time to rest. 'Cause that's when I get my time to rest. When we're because it's like every practice is 30 minutes away, so I get to like chill a little bit. But when I'm driving, I can't chill. So I was like, I like my brother to be my Uber. I'll just be sitting on the passenger seat.
Are you happy with your performance on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm happy, but It was already expected. I knew it was gonna go like that, and thank God that it did go like that as planned. But yeah, I'm happy but not satisfied yet. I still want to stay active, and I'm like that was the first victory of many to come, and I still want to go out there as soon as possible, back to the octagon and get what I really want.
Who do you want next?
I don't know any names outside the top 15, so I don't know, but I want higher level competition. Like I want someone that's gonna get me to the top 15, or someone in the top 15 if possible.
How far away do you think you are from top 15? Like, do you think you can compete with them now, or do you think you need X amount of fights before being ready for that?
Like if I can fight someone for the top 15, or before I actually fight someone.
Well, like, what do you think? If they asked you right now, like, do you have so much confidence that you think you can fight top 15 right now, or do you need 5 more fights, 6 more fights? Like, what do you think before you're in that top 15 conversation?
Oh yes, for sure. I can definitely take a fight with the guy from top 15, and I can promise like a finish. Like not only go out there and win, like also like go out there and win impressively and make the statement.
You think you could do that right now?
Yes, for sure.
But that's probably not going to happen, right? Like, you think they're gonna? Do you think they're gonna fast track you, or do you think they're gonna slow track you?
Um, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but I hope they're trying to fast track me because I'm ready. You know, I'm ready. And like I said, if they offer me a fight for the UFC belt, like right now, I can like not only go out there and win, but I can also finish whoever has the belt. Which right now right now is Aljamain Sterling, and I'm ready. That's why like my pro career. That's what I'm saying. I didn't take it slowly. Like I fought months back to back so I could be here. But if I knew that I wasn't in the level, if I didn't have nothing to offer to the table, I would have fought like every 4 months. That way I could improve. But the reason why I'm fighting so active, including I just fought in Dana White Contender Series not that long ago, but I decided to make my UFC debut already because I'm ready for it all. If I knew I wasn't in the level and I couldn't hang with these fools, because I'm not even looking at anybody. I'm like all I see is gold. And if I know that I can't be champion, then I would like slow down a little bit. But I know I can be champion like right now if I was to fight for the belt right now. So this is why like I'm taking my career so quick because I know I have everything to win that belt right now.
So to be clear, if for some reason they booked you today against Aljamain Sterling, you believe in your heart, you're not just saying it, that you can not only beat Aljamain Sterling, the current champion at 135, you can finish him. That's what you believe.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not saying stuff just to say it. Like I'm actually saying it. Like everything I say is true. And like people don't believe in me, but I believe in myself, and like I'm just going out there and proving it. Like that's probably not gonna happen because people don't know if I can really do that, but I know I can. So I'm just staying active and finishing everybody I'm gonna finish everybody in a impressive way, so I can really show everybody that I'm ready to go for that title.
And fighting guys who are 10 years older, 12 years older, 13, none of this concerns you.
No, no, no. The age for me doesn't matter. Like I said, if I was fighting a 30-year-old or if I was fighting a 14-year-old, I would take them the same. Like I wouldn't be overconfident, and I wouldn't like nothing changes for me. Like it's still the same thing for me. Like something they gotta understand too is that the new generation has evolved. Like in the jiu-jitsu game, you see a lot of youngsters taking on the highest level black belts. Like you see the Rotolo brothers, or you see like Colabate. He was like 16 years old. Right now he's like 17, 18. But you see Mika Galbao, he's 18. The Rotolos are 18. Like everybody on top of the game right now is starting to become like so young, like 18, 19, 20.
It's amazing. Now, in terms of like non-MMA stuff, like how will you spend your, like, how are you going to chill out this week? What are you going to do for fun?
Oh, I'm going back to the gym today. Um, I want to fight this Saturday. I'm talking to my manager. If there's any openings for this Saturday at 135 or 145, I'm down to step in. Or if not, I'm trying to get a fight booked as soon as possible.
That is tremendous. And what do you walk around at?
I walk around 150.
But eventually, where do you think you end up in terms of weight class?
I think later on in my career, I'm gonna end up in 145.
145.
Um, yeah, but right now I'm focused on the 135. I fought almost all my pro career in 145, and I feel good at 145. But I think later on in my career, I will end up in like an actual 145er. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. How my bones are gonna develop and how big I'll get.
Well, it's an incredible thing to watch you compete at such a young age and to have success. You're not just there as a token fighter, so to speak. You've earned it, and it's unbelievable. Much respect to you. It was an honor, Raul, to have you on the show. An honor for me to have you on the show. Congratulations on the win, on making history as the youngest fighter to pick up a win in the UFC, and I can't wait to watch your career. You were born when I was already starting to cover this sport, and that blows my mind. So now I feel very old, and I think it's incredible. So well done to you, my friend, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. There he is. Raul Rosas Jr. was, actually, I should say, I think he was 1 year old when I started back in 2006. And that is just absurd.